So excited for another Knowing You show. I have one of my favoriteest people, Jenny Harkleroad, here. So stay tuned because this is going to be one of the most fun and experiential types of sessions today. So see you in just a moment.
Great
Well,
video. Love it.
thank you, thank you. So Jenny is someone who I have personally learned from, and I use her summit transformation techniques. I am certified up to how many levels do we have now? 5,
All
or is
5
there
of them,
longer?
thanks to you.
Yeah, Jenny is a #1 best-selling author, speaker, mind change teacher. She's a mom of 4. She has been a mover and a shaker, speaking, creating cell phone apps, publishing books. She's been really growing. And she started in a pretty back, and she's going to tell you about her story, I'm sure. But talk about 180, using mind power to completely come out of a horrible physical and emotional, crisis into the impressive woman that she is now.
Oh, thanks, Tiffany.
You're welcome. So, how did you get into what you're doing?
Yeah, I wish I could say I was just inspired one day, and Dr. Warren Jacobs, who helped me, always says I'm so courageous, and I tell him, actually, I was so desperate. Sometimes desperation will get you to that place where you got to make a change. And, like you mentioned, I had broken my back in a hiking accident. And 3 years later, I still couldn't function. And the doctor said my case was hopeless and there was nothing more they could do for me. And they thought I had tried everything too on the Eastern and Western
Mhm.
medicine paths. And they said, sorry, lady, we're sorry that you're going to be like this for the rest of your life. And I said, you don't know me. I'm a go-getter, and I'm backlogged on my go-getting because I've been laid up here for 3 years. And I'm just about to lose my mind sitting here, laying here, watching daytime TV. I've got to figure this out. And so I just kept asking everybody, what have you heard of? What have you tried for back pain? And I was referred to a medical doctor, Dr. Warren Jacobs, and he forever changed my life when he introduced me to the power of my subconscious mind, which I really
Mhm.
didn't know much about before that meeting. And long story short, everything changed, including my profession, where I lived. Literally everything changed. I'm so grateful for that day and especially for healing. I'm so happy to have my life back. And, since then I've taken up snowboarding and all these things that I could have never done before without the power of my subconscious mind. So I'm
Mhm.
excited to share it with people.
And with your triumph, it's one of the reasons why I was like, ooh, when I was thinking about what kind of healers, coaches would I want to empower my community, I was like, Jenny. I saw her name, your name just like as a pop up, in my mind's eye, like a little sparkle billboard or something,
I love it.
So I
So
was like,
sweet. Thank
"Okay,
you.
I'm gonna
Thank
reach
you.
out to her." Uh-huh.
Oh, I love that.
And so starting next week is the Abundant Empath program starting on Monday. So it's Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And it's going to be me, but guests like Jenny who are going to be infusing their own healing and modality and getting your subconscious mind aligned for prosperity and abundance.
Yes, and not only coaches like me, I will be there.
Yes, you will.
I can't wait.
And
Yes.
and in a little bit, she's also going to do a demo so that you can start getting in the vibration and the mindset and the alignment of ka-ching,
Ka-ching,
abundance, prosperity.
ka-ching.
That's right.
I love that. Yes,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Mhm. Yeah. So talk to me about 3 minds. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I believe that we have these three powerful minds: conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. And before this work, all I knew was I would say my positive affirmations and nothing was helping, nothing was working, nothing was changing or shifting. And I understand why now. It's because I would say my affirmation in the mirror: I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm terrific. And then I would say to myself in my own head, no, you're not. What are you talking
Uh-huh.
about? That's not true. And I give myself all the reasons why it wasn't true. So I consciously wanted something, but I didn't believe it. And like Henry
Mhm.
Ford says, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. If you don't believe in something, you're not going to achieve it because you don't put in the effort to get to the finish line because you don't think it's going to work. You might say, oh, I'll
Yeah.
try it for a day or two or hour or a week or, but I don't know what's going to happen. No, you have to believe in order to achieve something. And so those three minds are so important. That subconscious mind, it's a million times more powerful than your conscious mind, as you're well aware. And so
Mhm.
if that mind isn't believing what you're saying, nothing is going to happen. You're not going to achieve your goals. And so what I discovered was how to get that mind on board with what I consciously wanted. And then that super conscious mind is really like, I call it your connection to God or your higher self or your higher purpose. So in the past, I was very financially successful, but in a different industry. And I felt like I was in the wrong industry, but I was successful. And so I would make myself stay there because it worked financially, but I was unhappy. I was out of alignment. I couldn't figure out what was missing in my life. And what was missing is those three minds were not in alignment. I wasn't doing what I was meant to do in my life. And so when you figure that out, when you figure out what brings you excitement and passion and joy and what you're excited to wake up and do, and your subconscious mind is supporting you and your conscious mind is setting goals and going for it, you're unstoppable. And so a lot of times these three minds are like the three legs of a stool. And if one or two of them is not on board, you keep falling out of your chair and you can't figure out why. Why am I sad? Why am I stressed? Why am I depressed? Why am I in pain? Why am I anxious? Why am I nervous? What is happening? What's happening is the minds are not in alignment. And so in my work, we get those minds in alignment so that you can be stable in your life and live from a place of joy and abundance and peace and happiness. It's so much better.
Indeed. And when we're in alignment, life just flows. But
Right.
how do you get people into alignment? How do you discover, well, what's out of alignment in the
Yeah.
first place? And then how do you get back in, you know?
Exactly. I love that. And as you know, as you mentioned, I have 5 levels of training and about 30 different brain exercises. So I have a lot of different ways, but just to simplify it, step 1 is clarify what you want. I love how Oprah says the thing about successful people, they all have one thing in common, and that thing is they know what they want. So, what do you want? That's number 1. Stop focusing on what you don't have, what's not working. Focus on what you do want. Number 1. Number
Tell
2
me what you
is
want, what you really, really want.
exactly. And for this class, show me the money. That's what I really want, right? So
Yes,
step
yes.
2 is to get your subconscious to believe in what you really want. And we do that in my process through brain exercises that literally repattern the brain, change the cellular response, change the energy field, change what you're attracting and what you're manifesting in your life. Step 3 is to set action. So you figured out what you want, you get your brain aligned to it, and then you don't just sit on the couch. You do something more than that. You take action to whatever that goal is. So if you're in sales, you're going to make some sales calls, right? If you're wanting to lose weight, you're going to work on healthy eating and exercise. So whatever that thing is, you still want to consciously support yourself. But the subconscious is now on board and it'll help you get to your goals. So it's that simple. 3 steps: goal, brain exercise, action. So
You know,
easy.
in the beginning when you were talking about the 3 minds, the 3 brains, my first one went brain, heart, tummy, you know?
Yeah.
Because
There
a
are
lot of
those
health
also.
coaches talk about those are your 3 brains, really,
Right,
you know?
right, 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 right.
And then
Yeah,
it's like, no, these are the minds, the 3
correct,
minds.
correct. Yes, you got it, you got it. I love that.
Well, would you like to share a little bit about one of the cool apps that you've created that has
Oh,
brain activities for people?
I would love to do that. So my app is called Leap Transformation. Leap like a frog, like you're leaping ahead in your life. It's in the App Store and it's in the Play Store, and it's literally me taking you through my brain work to solve your problems and achieve your goals. And it's in your pocket and you can pull it out anytime. And so it's neuroscience, it's AI, it's me sitting in this very room, you'll recognize me, taking you through the process. So you clarify what you want, you do the brain exercise, you set action. That's what you
Mhm.
do in the app, and it just guides you through it. So instead of just trying to do it on your own, and of course, you'll have all the brain exercises there to do with me. And it's fun, it's gamified, you earn coins, you can cash in your coins to come to our live Tuesday group sessions. You can cash in your coins to upgrade the portal, the app, and unlock more paths, more brain exercises.
Aw,
Yeah, it's fun.
I love that. I I wish my cell phone app had the capability of the gamification because I love that component, like, it
Yeah,
gets my
right.
brain going.
Yes, those streaks, how many days can you keep it going, It's so fun.
Mhm.
I love it.
Well, is now a good time for you to take us through something experiential so people can feel what it's like?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, step 1, what do you want? So, let's do money because that's what the course is coming up. That's what it's all about. And money gives you a life of choice. And a life of choice is a pretty nice life because you can do what you want to do. And you don't have to say, I want to do this, but you can just do what you want to do. And that's awesome. And there's so many good people out there and so many good causes out there. When you've got lots of funds, you can make such a good impact in the world. So I'm happy to help anybody be more abundant. Absolutely. Okay,
Woohoo!
so goal statement. So goal statement's going to sound like a positive affirmation. It's going to sound like it already exists. And so I don't know, the word money magnet just came into my mind. And if you think of magnets, if you put them together one way, they go real easy, but if you flip them over, they repel each other, right? And that repelling, if you're feeling like your money's that repelling, you got to flip that magnet over. What does that mean? That means change the subconscious mind so it's supporting your creation. And
Do you have to
so
know what the subconscious block is?
no, you don't. I know. So good. Now, of course, we can figure that out when we work personally with people, but you don't necessarily need to know what it is. A lot of times, just like the example that I love, Bruce Lipton, cellular biologist, he says, if you bring your shirt to a tailor and it's torn, they don't say, excuse me, sir, before we fix this, could you please explain exactly what happened? how and why the shirt is torn. No, they just fix it. So we prefer to just fix things. I'm not a psychologist or a therapist. Like, let's just get your subconscious mind in alignment and make this your new reality. Okay, so let's a goal statement. I just feel like this money magnet word is a good one. So I am a money magnet. What if that was your goal statement? So if you like that, write it down. If you can think of a different statement that sounds like a positive affirmation, that sounds like it already exists in your life, and you want to write something else down, go ahead and do that. I'm just going to write, I am a money magnet. All right. And, if you're trying to earn a certain dollar amount, it's so easy for me to make X number of dollars or more. Don't forget the or more. We don't want to limit it per month, per year. Clarify what you want and then get your brain believing in it. So that's your goal statement. So number 2 is going to be a brain exercise. So Tiffany, we're just going to keep it super simple. A crossover balance. That's what we're going to do today. And this is something you can do from home anytime with any goal. So don't spend your time right now writing down what I'm doing. Do it with us. You'll be able to remember it. It's super simple. So you're going to put your hands on your shoulders like this. Or if you prefer, you keep them crossed and you set them in your lap with your arms up, whatever you like better. You look at your goal statement and you close your eyes and you start repeating the goal silently. Just take in some nice slow breaths. Your brain might fight you on it. Just let it fight you. It's fine. It'll eventually accept the new statement. When you're ready, you're going to uncross your arms and recross them so the other arm is on top. Closing your eyes, repeating your goal statement silently might be, I am a money magnet. Keep repeating it. When you're ready, you're going to uncross your arms and start tapping your fingertips together with your palms separated. Closing your eyes, repeating your goal, which might be, I am a money magnet. When you're ready, hold your fingertips together. Repeating the goal silently, which could be I am a money magnet. When you're ready, you can let go of the fingers and open your eyes. All right. Nice work, everyone. If you have some water nearby, have a drink of water. This process creates heat in the brain, and heat will dehydrate you. So you want to stay hydrated. Next is we want to take action. So you clarified to your conscious mind what you want. You programmed your subconscious mind for what you want. Now you're going to take action. It's like watering a garden when you plant the seed. So what action can you take? If your goal is I am a money magnet, what can you do to create that? So maybe if you're a coach and you've been charging less than you're worth, maybe you could raise your price a little bit or a lot of bit and watch that money get magnetized to you. That could be an idea. Another idea is if your business is slow right now, what could you do to create more business? Maybe you can follow up with your past clients, right? So taking action, doing something, what can you do to help bring this in? I am a money magnet. I love that. What somehow came into my mind when we were doing that is, have you ever worn black pants and been by something fuzzy and all of a sudden, little fuzzes everywhere?
Everything.
Yeah. Well,
Like, don't put black in with towels in the washer and dryer.
yeah, exactly. That's how I want money to be to you. Like stuck all over you. You can't even get it off. It's like, gosh, how did this happen? Yeah, a money magnet just all of a sudden. That's
Nice.
what your subconscious can create, and you're going to consciously support that with your action. So nice work, everyone. There's so many ways about it, but that way is really simple. And that's the core, that's the basis. It's changing a belief. If you don't believe, you can't achieve. So you got to get the belief. And that's one way to get the belief is to change the subconscious to support the goal and take action.
I love it, Jenny. I mean,
Me too.
I do, because I mean, I was the one who was like, you have a level 5
Yeah.
certification. I told you like a year or 2 before you were ready to hear about it.
Right. You said, can I prepay for level 5? And I said, I don't have a level 5. And you're like, no, it's coming. So thank you for that. There's now level 5, thanks to Tiffany. She
made me promise
manifested
that I
it for
wouldn't
me.
tell her for at least another year or 2 about any potential other levels. So
I know.
I will not
Time out.
say
Time out. No
anything.
more levels. Yeah. It's
We'll just
powerful to have
implement what we
tools.
do have. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love it. I feel like there's nothing that I can't help somebody with, or nothing I can't help myself with, my children with. Nothing.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what it is. The brain, the mind, it's the master control system and center. And so, I love being able to do that. My kids call me, "Hey mom, can you help me get an A on this test? Hey mom, can you help me get rid of this headache? Hey mom, can you help me, whatever it is. Yes, I can. Let's do it. I love that. It's powerful.
And I also love that you weave in science too. So there's pictures of brain mapping before and after. There was info about different doctors like Dr. Sarno that you wove into some of the teachings. It was really well done.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephanie. I love sharing what I've learned because for so many years I was stuck. And even before breaking my back, I struggled with chronic pain since I was 12. I was on prescription pain pills at 12 years old.
Ay,
Went
ay,
into,
ay.
I know, right? Went into
Yeah.
liver failure in my 20s from all the pain pills I'd been taking. I just didn't know how to fix my body and I thought it was physical. So I kept going to doctors and getting medicine and having even surgeries. And then I'd fix one thing and then there was another problem. What I later discovered was it was all my emotions I was feeling physically. No
Those
wonder I couldn't
pesky
fix
little
it.
emotions.
Those pesky little things. But I'm not the only one because pain is an epidemic in our world. More money is spent on pain than diabetes, cancer, and heart disease combined.
Wow.
People are hurting and they think it's physical. And I'm not saying it's not physical because, sure, it can be. You can get in an accident and hurt yourself, but your body is meant to heal and it does heal. So if it's 6 weeks later and your body's still hurting, pretty sure that's some emotional things. And you might be like me and say, I don't have emotional things. And sure enough, if you say that, you definitely have emotional things because that's just how we are. I mean, life is emotional. Every hour of every day, usually we're interacting with people and feeling certain ways. And the more we're perfectionistic and go-getter and do-gooder and always trying to achieve and be our best, it puts a lot of internal stress. It causes tension in our body. And then our
Mhm.
body hurts and we think we slept wrong or it was from an old accident or we twisted something. And really it's coming from the mind. So if you can learn how to control the mind, all of a sudden the body relaxes. And I'm telling you, a relaxed body feels so much better than the hurting body that I had for my whole life until I finally learned this and applied it. I believed it because it's a
Mhm.
stretch. It's a stretch to believe your knee hurts because you're angry at somebody. It's a stretch, especially when the doctor says there's no cartilage in that knee.
Mhm.
You want to think, well, that's why it hurts. But like you mentioned, Dr. John Sarno, he said, well, if it was true that your knee would hurt because of no cartilage, then every person with no cartilage in their knee would have pain. And that's just not true. That's not how it is. A lot of people have that, don't even know they have that, and they have no pain. So, what is causing the pain? The pain is caused from blocked, trapped, negative emotion. It's caused from tension in the mind, tension in the body. So, release that, release the pain, and then, even better, create abundance on top of that. Let's do it. So fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so powerful.
Thank you again, Jenny,
Thanks
for
for having
being a
me.
part of the my life,
Yeah.
the tools that I've added to my tool chest, even though I've been seeing since I was a kid. I'm also kind of a tool junkie, and yours is in the top 3 of what I do for most clients,
I
like,
love it.
and I use it on myself all the time,
Awesome.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
because it's
Tiffany.
just powerful.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
powerful. I use what's fast, easy, and efficient.
Yeah, and works. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, I guess that is efficient. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that. Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me.
my pleasure. Well, thank you again, Jenny. And for those who haven't yet registered for Abundant Empath, please go to abundantempath.com, sign up now, and allow yourself to up level your money maker. I
Yeah.
do have a money magnet program, Jenny, just
Oh,
so
look at
you
that.
know.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
about 15, 17 years ago, I created a money magnet program that had 20 minutes of prosperity healing with a different topic every day for 20 days.
I love it. I must have been picking that up,
You were
Tiffany.
picking up the vibe. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was like, where is this idea coming from all of a sudden? Now I know.
Yep.
I love it. Well, I can't wait
All
for your
right.
course. I am going to be there unless I'm out of town for a day. Otherwise, I'll be there. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll
Bye.
see you there. Bye.